Welcome to Horror Movies and Beyond. I'm your host, Ivotres Littles, and today I'm joined by two stars from my best friend's Exorcism. We have Elsie Fisher and Amiah Miller. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, really good. How about you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to keep these things on my head.
I know.
I know. How are you going to do that with all that hair?
I know. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
You look good, though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Both of you guys look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw this movie and I just laughed. I had a ball. It was so much nostalgia with it. I grew up in the 80s, so it was all familiar. How do you feel like shooting this? It was a lot. It looks like a lot of fun. How much fun did you guys have?
I think it was such a blast. I mean,
yeah,
definitely, it was hard work throughout a lot of it, but I don't know, we were in really excellent company, so the days went by.
That's good. So this film focused on the power of friendship, and I think that is really important growing up, especially in high school, where this, in the 80s where it took place. How much did you guys relate to the characters?
I really related to Gretchen because I think that there's a lot more to her than what meets the eye. Mm-hmm. I think at first glance you kind of assume that she's, super shallow and just, a regular teenage girl who kind of, doesn't have that much depth to her, but, she does, and she's actually very strong. And I think I relate to that. I feel like I'm pretty strong, and I think sometimes people get the wrong idea of me. So it was fun to play that and to kind of, show people that, not to make assumptions.
You tell them.
And I really did enjoy and love Gretchen's character because I love how she always pushed Abby to do her best, and because Abby was like, I'm ugly, and Gretchen was like, no, you're beautiful, don't do that. And I wish I had
Abby
friends like
beautiful.
That.
Stop it.
Yeah, so I mean, I really do like that dynamic and how contrast. I mean, Gretchen came from a very spiritual family, and then you have Abby that was just like the more normal, and you guys were like best friends. So when you guys got the scripts, like, how did you know this was the character you wanted to play?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I don't know, I felt connection to Abby for sure, and I think I don't know, I would love a shot at Gretchen. I mean, you knock her out of the park, but I guess like that kind of role is so fun. No, but I mean, in terms of like knowing who to play, I don't know, Abby could be played on paper as very externally introverted, and I think that's just kind of not what she is. Nor is like anyone really like openly like, I'm shy. It's like, you're trying not to be shy. And I see a lot of that in her. So that was really fun to play around with.
Oh, okay. Amiah, when you played her, Gretchen, just like all possessed, did you watch the Exorcism to get that spot on? Because you were moving when you were on the bed and they had you tied down.
Oh my gosh.
I was like...
I was actually tied down too. They were actually throwing stuff at me. Like, it was intense. The scene with the holy water, like, that was all real. And I watched some movies, I watched a lot of real exorcisms being performed. And that was really creepy. Interviews with people talking about when they were possessed, like, all casually. I watched all kinds of stuff like that, and I made the mistake of watching it right before bed. So I didn't sleep.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But hopefully it was worth it, and my performance is believable.
Well, it was believable. I want to say thank you so much. We're out of time, but I'm going to push for this movie, everybody to watch it. It was so much fun. It reminded me of that Goosebumps feel, the teenage 80s. Yeah. So, great. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You guys are welcome. Until next time. Welcome to Horror Movies and Beyond. I'm your host, Ivotres Littles, and today I'm joined by two stars from my best friend's Exorcism. We have Cathy and Rachel Ogechi Kanu. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Great.
You?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I took a look at this film and I just had a blast. It just reminded me of growing up in the 80s and it just that nostalgic feel. How much fun was it for you guys playing in this?
This was a really fun set to be on. I think that it starts at the top, you know, like we have number one on the call sheet, we got Elsie, and she is just such a powerhouse actress and a powerhouse team player, you know, so she was just big on like collaboration and like getting us, you know, four girls to like come together, and so that sort of friendship sort of fed onto every other part of creating the film. And then, you know, we have Damon, our director, and he also sort of encouraged a very playful, fun time in between takes. And so all together, I think we were just set up for greatness when it comes to cast and crew. And also this incredible book, you know, it's so colorful and it's full of so much life, and so is the 80s. And so I think that this was just set up for a win. And so as an actress being invited onto this set, I just felt very lucky. And it definitely surprised me in so many ways and was just a very satisfying thing to be a part of.
And Cathy, how about you? How did you feel being on this? I mean, it looks like it was so much fun. It just really did.
I mean, it was a lot of fun. I think that it's Rachel and my like first big live action film. It's both of our firsts, and I feel like we probably came in kind of nervous, but it quickly turned into just complete tomfoolery. I think it was wonderful to have the space to play around on lots of takes, and then also just to feel safe on set. I feel like we're like four young actresses, and I think like they really leaned into like, what is it like to be a teen girl and like to like beef with your friends sometimes, and I think like it just let us go crazy. And I think like if every set could be like that, then you always generate a lot of good stories. So I'm very thankful for our time together. Yeah.
Very completely understand. I really did love you guys' character. Of all the characters, I think you guys were the most relatable. I mean, we had Glee. She was very reserved, but seemed like fashion forward. And and we had Margaret, or Marge, who was this bully, but deep down inside, she had her own little issues that she was dealing with. And I think it shows the dynamic of the characters, which I could just relate to. I mean, they were all relatable, but I was like, I get these two. I really do. How was it playing those roles when you got the script?
Felt like a bit of like a gift, you know, like when you're invited onto this type of set, especially as my first time, to be gifted a role that, you know, has these complexities was just like such an honor to play. And I think that playing like with the girls, and especially with, you know, Cathy, sort of figuring out our dynamic very early on of like how we wanted to play it, and then getting to sort of follow through that throughout the film and watch their relationship shift was a lot of fun. And I think that, you know, our characters maybe don't at first could seem like, you know, like there's more to them, you know, like they're just the side friends, but the writers really took the time to make sure that all four of us were fully developed. And then us as actresses, you know, we also took the time to create our own background work around these characters. They never felt two-dimensional, you know. And so I hope that, you know, came out on screen, that, you know, we just took the time to make these four girls feel like real friends, and to make these two characters feel like real girls with real girl issues, covering them up in their own ways.
Okay. Real quick, Cathy, what do you have to say about your character?
I mean, I think that's what drew me to Glee, is the fact that like she, again, all four of the girls have their own stories, and I just have personally, like, I haven't seen a lot of young Asian American girls in the 80s at a Catholic school just realize that they're gay. I wanted that story to be told, and I believed like that this team wanted to tell it in a very respectful and truthful way. Okay. And like it would, and you know, Glee's arc is heartbreaking in some ways, but like the fact that she could muster up that kind of strength, like because she loves her friends so much, I think, you know, to embrace who she is, and then even after maybe some you know, like, I think it's a really important story to be told, and I just think that she's an important character for everyone to see on screen right now. And so
okay, well, I would have to say thank you so much. We ran out of time, but thank you so much. The film was a lot of fun, and it reminded me of Goosebumps. It had that feel to it, so I'm going to push for this film. Everybody needs to watch it. They need to see it. It was great. You guys were great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.